Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Kyle here from SpeedBets, bringing you guys another video. Today we got the UFC 317 full card breakdown. Charles Oliveira taking on Topuria for the vacant title. And I'm not going to waste too much of your time here. We got to get into this breakdown, man. This card is insane. One thing I will say, though, click that top link in the description. It'll take you right to the Discord, totally free. We do a bunch of stuff in there. We're talking about plays. We're talking about baseball, everything like that. Then the second link will take you to the free winnable, absolutely free, not charging a dime for it. Again, it's what I'm doing with my money. It's not financial advice, but throughout the course of the year, I have proven to be very profitable, very good at what I do. So if you're already betting on the fights, no reason not to take my bets as well. Take them into consideration at least. Even if you don't want to tail every bet, I'm not going to be too heartbroken about that, but I will say we have been cashing out on the MLB, on the DFS apps. We've been taking advantage of a bunch of discounts, a bunch of stuff like that. And I'm having a good time, having a lot of fun with the MLB, finally starting to pick up on a lot of trends and stuff like that. And the regional MMA has been going insane. 2 weekends ago, we went up 5 units on the Octagon card. We went up 2 units on the PFL that weekend. Last weekend, we went up 3 units on the PFL. And the UFC it's been a little bit stagnant. It's like you'll win 1 unit one week, we lose 1 unit the next week. This week, we have a lot of plays coming up, and I think we're going to be very, very profitable. So if that's something you're interested in, again, not financial advice, but if you're interested, click that second link to the winnable. Otherwise, if you join the Discord, you can join from there as well. And then there's a channel in the Discord where all of the winnable stuff gets automatically deposited. So when you sign up, you automatically get assigned a role, like the free member role. And when you have that role, you can see the channel where all the stuff gets sent, so you never even have to visit that site again if you don't want to. It's just right in the Discord. But I'm done yapping. Let's get right into this breakdown. I'm excited. All right, now these first couple fights right here, we got some fill-ins, some short notice guys. This is literally just a Contender Series fight that is going, it's traveling. Contender Series is traveling, guys. T-Mobile Arena. We have Christopher Ewart taking on Jackson McVeigh. Now, these guys right here have like giant gaping holes in their games, but in like the opposite areas. Jackson McVeigh, I think this guy's striking is abysmal. I was picking Cedric Dumas over this guy. That's how little I think of this guy's striking. His grappling is phenomenal. But boy, his striking is a little rough. And then Christopher Ewart. This guy's striking is pretty crisp. This dude hits hard as hell. He's like fighting at 205 a couple fights ago. But when he's on the ground, man, I'm seeing some questionable decisions that are being made. It was like 2 fights ago. I forget what it was. It was not his fight on Fury 100, but the fight right before that. I'm totally blanking on it. 1 second. It was his fight against AJ Chambers on Fury 97. And this guy got taken to the ground, and he instantly gave his back. Like it was his first option before doing. Oh, sorry if you see the dog back there. First option before literally anything else. He just gave the guy his back. He like tried to do a technical stand-up or something like that, and he just turned to a knee and just gave the guy his back. This guy like hit a Black Ops 2 dolphin dive animation, like dove over the top of him so that only his ankles were in for the hooks. Like this guy's he almost headbutted the mat. He jumped so far over this guy's back when he gave it up. And Ewart he didn't reach down to pull out a hook and just stand up to send this guy flying. No, he just kind of sat there and let it happen. And then he got put back in mount, and he's not shrimping, he's not putting the feet to the hips. He's just got both of his arms on underhooks, and he's like flailing. It looks like he's having a seizure on the mat. This guy's trying to he's trying to buck him off, or I don't know. I'm seeing some very, very questionable grappling, and I think Jackson McVeigh is dominant in the grappling. This guy's bread and butter. Jackson McVeigh is a grappler through and through. His grappling is a very high level. I'm watching this guy slap on chokes with speeds that I didn't even know could happen in MMA. He's got a nasty front headlock game. I don't even think he needs the front headlock game. If he can push Ewart to the cage, and if he can somehow muscle 1 takedown, that's Jackson McVeigh's win condition, is 1 takedown. Because I don't think he needs more than that. If Ewart does a good job pummeling, I'm seeing this guy on the cage against Reese Watkins, the undefeated prospect he just beat at Fury 100. He's pummeling the hands really well. He's stopping the takedowns. He's definitely evolving that part of his game. But if Jackson McVeigh gets 1 takedown, this dude's fucked. But if Jackson McVeigh doesn't get 1 takedown, McVeigh is fucked. Somebody is going down in this fight, and that's the way I see it. I think the only option that makes sense to bet in this fight is just fight doesn't go distance. If they give us a takedown prop for Jackson McVeigh, if it's plus money for the over 1.5 or for the over 0.5 takedowns, I'd run that. If it's plus money for the under, shit, I might even run that. I mean, Ewert has decent takedown defense. I think if you can get plus money on either side of the takedown prop for McVeigh, that's a decent look. You could probably just nuke the under on the Ewert takedown. It'd probably be like minus 600, but it is what it is. He's not going to shoot a takedown on McVeigh. This guy isn't phenomenal, but he's not like horrible either. I think both these guys have their place in the UFC, but they're going to kind of fill in that Cedric Dumas, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, like that type of role, like the Dennis Chalulin role. These guys are going to go like 2-5 and probably get cut, unless they evolve heavily. I mean, Ewert, he was fighting like Yuri Pamfarov on Contender Series this coming summer. I'd probably take him to win that. Man, I don't know. Torres Finney had to wrestle his ass off against Pamfarov. That would have been a good fight. I would have liked to have seen that fight before I would have bet on this one. But yeah, for me, it's just fight doesn't go distance. I think both these guys are live to finish the other one in different aspects of fighting. For the official pick, though, give me McVeigh. I think this guy's just going to kind of waltz into a takedown somehow. His setups aren't even good. Yeah, these guys really are going to fill that Dennis Chalulin role. Give me Jackson McVeigh by submission. Not confident in that, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a pick. We have Jonata Denise taking on Alvin Hines. Alvin Hines resembles a fry cook. This guy's striking is on par with someone who sees red out on a street fight. He's like not even coming near his opponents. I don't know what the hell I'm watching. If Denise does not sleep this dude in the first like 3 minutes of this fight, I don't know what to... Alvin Hines is beating up some actual tubs of lard. Scroll through this dude's Tapology and click on the profiles of the guys he's beating. Go to those fights, watch those fights, just look at his opponent's physiques. Jonata Denise doesn't really have a great physique, but this dude is like by far the most in-shape opponent Alvin Hines has ever seen. I don't know if this guy's aware that you're allowed to have like abs when you're fighting at these high weight classes. It's ridiculous. Alvin Hines' wrestling is not good enough to threaten Denise. Denise actually has half okay takedown defense. He was stopping Carl Williams, and I know there's the rumors about Carl Williams and the UFC told him not to shoot. I don't care. I'm not buying into that. Carl Williams just happens to suck. We're going to be talking about him in the PFL video probably either tonight or tomorrow. But I mean, yeah, give me Denise round 1 knockout. It's probably one of my favorite picks on the card. I think Denise is just going to plaster this dude. I don't see a path for Alvin Hines. Even if he gets on top of Denise for round 1, it's going to look like the Austin Lane fight. He's going to pepper him up with ground and pound, threaten a submission that's not there. Second round's going to start. Denise is going to put this dude out unconscious. Oh boy, we have Nico Price and Jacoby Smith. I think this fight right here, the only thing that matters about this fight is we are going to find out if that Robbie Lawler fight was fixed. We're going to find out. Because if Jacoby Smith can't put this dude out of there in like under half a round, I think we all know what Robbie Lawler had to do. Okay? This is a sacrifice. Nico Price, he's going to come out there in his knee braces. He's going to hobble his way to the cage. I'm sorry, little bro, this is not Alex Morono. Jacoby Smith is going to throw an overhand right, and it's going to land flush on your temple and send you like pile driving to the floor. I mean, Jacoby Smith, I've been talking about this dude for a while. He's a phenomenal prospect. He has great wrestling, great powerful striking. He's shown on the regional scene too. He can mix it. He has decent cardio. I think this dude is going to get pretty far in the division, and I cannot see a world where Nico Price stands in his way. Nico Price is like the textbook definition of tough customer. I don't think it matters. I think Nico Price is going to be, again, like the last opponent. Hopefully him and Hines aren't sniffing the same spot. Maybe we get a double knockout on the Dave's Hot Chicken logo. I mean, Nico Price, I'm sorry, man. I don't know why you took this fight. Your manager hates you. I mean, you're getting pieced up on the feet by Temba Garimbo. What is Jacoby Smith going to do to this man? But the answer is whatever he wants. Give me Jacoby Smith round 1 knockout. I mean, do I need to even explain that? Like, come on. We have everyone's favorite Terrence No Chin McKinney taking on Vyacheslav Borishev. I think this fight's going to come down to who's the better dancer. I got to give it to Borishev. I'm just kidding, but this guy, I think he's very live to win this fight. I think a lot of people are picking Terrence McKinney, and I don't know why. I mean, Slava Claus. We all know Terrence McKinney. I don't even need to really describe this. Let me just break it down anyways. This guy just comes out like a bat out of hell, over swinging on everything, zero fight IQ, zero regard for his own safety. He has no chin. He has no cardio. The second the first round comes to a close, this fight is over. Terrence McKinney has lost. I don't see a world where Terrence McKinney does anything to Slava Claus after round 1, because the game plan should be to come in and wrestle. Now, what I will say is everyone's always talking about how Borishev has the worst takedown defense in the UFC. In his last fight, he defended 7 of 8 takedowns from Tom Nolan. Now, I know Tom Nolan's not this big primary grappler, but that should say something too, because Tom Nolan's a striker and he was shooting on Borishev. He didn't want anything to do with the hands. And he wasn't even successful on that, but he had 3 submission attempts. Borishev fought out of all of them. Chase Hooper. Okay, the Chase Hooper overhand is insane. That is like the slowest overhand I've ever seen, and I don't know how it landed. It shouldn't have landed, but it did. Regardless, when Chase Hooper's on this dude, while he's probably concussed, beating the absolute living shit out of him, attempting 2 submissions, Borishev never quit on himself. Borishev didn't even tap. It was like a little Brazilian tap. He didn't tap. Man. It's like a Brazilian tap. If you don't know what that is, that's a thing in jiu-jitsu that a lot of Brazilian guys tend to do in competitions, where if you're in tight on a submission, you kind of tap the guy like once on the back. Like, you know, like normal tap out, you're like, if you're tapping on the guy's arm, you're tapping like that. Brazilian tap is more like the ref's on your left side. You tap the guy's back under like that once, so that hopefully your theory is that he lets go of the choke because he thinks it's over. And then you can be, oh, no, I didn't tap, and then you're in a better position. It's a super scummy thing to do. That's kind of what it looked like. It could have just been an accident, too. I mean, it was in, like, the process of rolling over. I don't think Borishev tapped. I also don't think this dude's ever getting knocked out. He's been sat down multiple times. We've seen this. You can call him chinny. You can call him whatever you want. I'm calling this dude durable. Terrence McKinney has been known to put people away. I can't see him putting Borishev away like that in the first round, man. I think Terrence McKinney's going to gas himself out trying. I think when this fight ends, when Vyacheslav Borishev TKOs this dude in round 2, I think Vyacheslav is going to look like he got hit by a bus. And then after he got hit by the bus, like the first responders got to him, they took him into the ambulance and they started beating this dude with bricks. That's what this guy's going to look like. He's going to look like he just lost a 10v1 fight. But he's going to be the winner. Give me Vyacheslav Borishev, round 2 knockout after Terrence McKinney death gas is trying to finish this dude in the first round. He's unable to, and I'm taking the dog shot on Slava Claus. We're going to get to see a little dance afterward, too. It'll probably be like a bloody dance. But Terrence McKinney, he's going to shoot a takedown and just ground and pound his way. Oh, man, I can't ever back Terrence McKinney. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Viviane Araújo taking on Tracy Cortez. Guys, I mean, I hate to break it to you, but it's probably going to be Tracy Cortez by decision. I hate that. I don't want Tracy Cortez to win. I do not like this girl at all. And Vivi is actually a good fighter. She's very technical, has all the skills. Her cardio is garbage. If you look at every one of her losses, it comes down to the fact that she's losing the late rounds because she's gassed, or she happened to be fighting Natalia Silva. There's not a girl in the world right now that's beating Natalia Silva, not even Dakota Ditcheva. So Viviane is probably going to win the first round. I don't think Tracy Cortez is going to get taken down by Viviane. Tracy Cortez is pretty good takedown defense. If Jasmine's not taking you down and mauling you, I don't think Vivi's going to do that. And I think Viviane is just going to slow. And last time out against Karine Silva, first off, I don't think Vivi won that fight. Second off, she's just lucky that Karine gassed out before she did. Viviane was on her way to gassing out. The third round was horrible. Watch that third round back. I dare you. You're not going to. You don't want to. I did, unfortunately, and that sucked. I think Tracy Cortez, she's been like the 5-round position against Rose. First like big career setback. It is what it is that happens. Rose is decent. Those Miranda Maverick scorecards were absolutely horrific though, I will say that. 30-27 Rose, you're high. But yeah, Tracy Cortez should probably just be able to box her up in the second and the third round. I don't think Tracy Cortez is going to want to go to the ground here. I don't think she should. She was trying to take down Rose. Rose took her down more. Viviane could take down Tracy Cortez, but I don't think she's going to. Give me Tracy Cortez by an underwhelming decision. Viviane probably wins the first round, but I wouldn't even bet the spread because I just don't think Vivi's really got it like that anymore. Next up, we have Jair Emil taking on Jose Delgado. Now, this fight has potential to be fight of the year. These are two dudes who are here to fight. These are not guys who are here to win. They're not guys that are showing up to collect a paycheck and leave. These guys are here because they want to fight. Haider Emil's going to come out first off. This dude's 35 years old. 11-0 at the age of 35. This guy's coming forward. He has double knee sleeves. He's going to hobble his way into the cage, and he's just going to plot towards you and just throw with reckless abandonment for the entire duration of this fight. He does not stop. He does not get tired. He will throw infinite volume. His chin will be on the center line, up in the air the entire fight. He does not give two shits. If you're going to hit him in the face, he's going to hit you back 5 times. Jose Delgado, this guy's more of like a technical striker. He fights like from the outside, but he's crashing the pocket. He's throwing heavy shots on his way in. He's going to catch Haider Emil probably with a couple good ones, but I don't think Haider Emil's going down that easy. And then when I'm watching Jose Delgado's regional fights, something I noticed, there's multiple times, and not just in one fight, like in different fights, where Delgado's kind of being stalked, and he just steps into the middle of the cage like he's going to crash the pocket. But instead of like coming in and coming back out, he just steps into the phone booth and just starts swinging. Again, just like Haider Emil, his chin's way up in the air. He's just swinging and swinging and swinging. Maybe he gets a knockout, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he gets clipped a little bit. He has a tendency to throw with reckless abandonment when he gets sucked into the firefight. Haider Emil was born in the firefight. I mean, Haider Emil is like the definition of firefight. This guy knows nothing but chaos. And I'm fading this dude every time because I don't think he's good. What he's doing technically should not be working. Dude, he found a way to make William Gomi an interesting fighter for 15 minutes. Are you kidding? Who can do that? Not anyone else. Nobody else in the UFC can do that. Nobody else has yet. Brito couldn't even make it interesting on him. Haider Emil is not a good fighter. But man, he's a good fighter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude technically should suck. This dude should technically be 0-11. But you just can't kill this guy. I think Delgado is the best chance we've seen so far to chin this guy. Like, this guy, the way this guy crashes in, Haider Emil, the way he crashes in with his chin so high, he had me betting on William Gomi by knockout. He had me clicking that button on the sportsbook and placing money on that line. William Gomi is not knocking anybody out. Nobody, not a soul. He had me clicking that button because of the way this guy comes in. Jose, I'm doing it again. I'm going to fade Haider Emil till I'm right. Jose Delgado should be able to chin Haider Emil. He should. If this dude can't chin Haider Emil, I don't think he's chinnable. Because this guy, just the way he throws his strikes on the way in is like insane. And you know Haider's chin, he's not moving it. It's not going anywhere. It's staying, there's like a string across the cage, and his head's just attached to that string. He can't go to the sides. He can't go up and down. He's stuck in this permanent stance like this. His little knee sleeves are going to be wrinkling up a little bit. He's going to be hobbling on over. I think Delgado should catch him, but I would not be surprised at all if Emil just eats like 5 hooks unanswered and just swarms this guy on the cage and starts wailing off with like 8 hooks of his own. It's just the Haider Emil strategy. I mean, against the Ji Young Lee, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I don't know if he thought that he hurt Haider, but he like closed his eyes and just started swinging. And when he was like when he had his eyes closed, it looked like he was actually trying to block the punches with his face. Like he was trying to slip and rip, but every single way he moved, it was like into Haider Emil's fist. And it wasn't because of Haider's reaction time. This guy was just throwing like hooks, like it's all this dude was doing. And then Lee was just like going back and forth into each hook, and eventually he went down. But Jesus Christ, man. You give me Delgado by round 2 knockout. I think the first round just is going to be a brawl. It's just going to look like a bar fight. And round 2 is going to start. Delgado's corner is going to be like, dude, chill out. Like, you don't have to step into there with him. You can actually exit the phone booth. You don't have to stand in there. You're going to get yourself chinned. And I think he's going to be more technical in the second round. He's going to find that spot. He's going to knock him out with a big straight. That's what's going to sit him down. Then he's going to hop on top for some ground and pound to finish it off. We have Jack Hermanson and Gregory Rodriguez. I mean, guys, I'm seeing the whole world's on Gregory Rodriguez, and I don't get it. I don't think this dude's good. He had like 5 minutes of success against Cannonier before the tides turned, and he just got absolutely clobbered. TKO'd in the, not even TKO, I mean, I guess technically it was, but he kind of got knocked out. I mean, this dude's scar tissue between his face, like Jack Hermansson doesn't throw a ton. Doesn't throw very hard, but I don't think it takes much to break open Gregory Rodriguez's face. That little cut between his eyes that he got, I honestly forget which fight that was. Hold on. Okay, it was in the Chidi and Jikuwani fight, which makes sense. That was on that Song versus Corey card where they were back-to-back in the co-main and the main event. They were back-to-back nasty cuts. Yeah, Jack Hermansson just has to pepper that jab right between the eyes a couple times and it should pop open. And if Gregory Rodriguez isn't able to flatline Jack Hermansson like Joe Pyfer wasn't able to do, you got to think that's going to win him a round. It could win him the second round, which in my opinion is the pivotal round in this fight. Gregory Rodriguez should win the first round if he doesn't change shit, because this guy never changes his game plan. We thought against Christian Leroy Duncan he changed it up because he mixed in some takedowns, and then he comes out against Cannonier and just resorts to what he used to do. I mean, this guy has like 6 losses. I think 5 are by knockout. This guy's chinny as hell. Power punchers will sit him down. Jack Hermansson's not a power puncher, but he could be. I mean, I don't know if like Gregory Rodriguez comes in, gasses himself out trying to chase the finish. Jack Hermansson round 3 knockout isn't crazy. I don't think that's a likely outcome, but it's not the most insane thing I've heard all day today. I mean, Jack Hermansson, like the best part of his game is kind of that takedown into the ground and pound. If he takes down Gregory Rodriguez when he's already like stunned a little bit and he just starts ground and pounding him, to this day, Jack Hermansson does have more knockout wins than anything else. That's all I'm saying, okay? Now, a lot of those, I don't think they're in the UFC. He's got 3 UFC TKOs. TKOs. He subbed Kelvin Gastelum with the heel hook. That's impressive. Sub GM3. That's also impressive. I mean, we're not looking at the highest level of competition here for his knockout wins. You know, it's not crazy comp, but could happen. Yeah, I mean, I think if the worst thing Gregory Rodriguez can do in this fight specifically is to come in and try to be this reformed fighter. If he tries fighting super slow and he wants to try and point fight Jack Hermansson, I think that's a mistake. I think this dude can get behind quick on the scorecards, and once he's in that 3rd round, maybe he's down 2 rounds, he realizes he's down, he's going to swing himself out instantly, and Jack Hermansson just needs a takedown at that point. If Jack Hermansson takes him down in the 1st round, okay, Gregory Rodriguez just kind of chills out. He has the get-up game to get back to his feet, and he can just come back in that 2nd round and put it on him. In that 3rd round, if he gets taken down, I don't see him getting back up. I think Jack Hermansson should win the 3rd round like every single time these guys fight. I think Gregory Rodriguez should win the 1st round every time these guys fight. It's that 2nd round that's up for kind of interpretation here. Is Gregory Rodriguez going to have the gas to continue that pace that he's been putting on? Or is Jack Hermansson going to touch him up in the middle of the eyes, bust it open, and it's going to be blood everywhere? I could definitely see a split decision here. I don't think Gregory Rodriguez is going to put Jack Hermansson away. I mean, have we seen Jack Hermansson put away recently? I mean, like Thiago Santos, Jared Cannonier, a common knockout loss opponent, and then the Roman Dolidze fight. Dude, that one pissed me off so much. He was winning. He was doing so well against Roman Dolidze, and then he just shot a takedown and instantly found out that he was not the better grappler. It wasn't even remotely close, and he found that out very quick. I put in the calf slicer into the rear naked choke, into the TK. It was brutal, man. It was brutal. That was a tough one. I'm just going to say it. Oh, man. I can't do it. I want to pick Hermansson so bad, but I can't trust this guy with his long-ass layoffs in between fights. He's getting up there in age. I mean, Gregory Rodriguez looks like he's about 40. I don't know, man. This is a really close fight. I don't think you should be betting on this fight. First time Gregory Rodriguez really had, like, horrible gas tank issues. Like, we've known this guy doesn't have the best gas tank, but the first time that his gas tank is the reason he lost the fight, he didn't just get caught. He lost the fight because he couldn't continue because of his gas tank, and that led to him getting finished on the cage. It was that big elbow that caught him, but he was slowing down. His hands were getting lower and lower and lower. It opened up the shot. Cannonier hit him with that. He never had a chance to recover. Got TKO'd on the cage. I want to pick Jack Hermansson. You know what? I'm doing it. Give me Jack Hermansson by decision, taking rounds 2 and 3. I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to come in a little bit more patient, but it's not going to work for him. He's going to try to go into that Jack Hermansson point fight type thing. And I think this fight right here is going to be very, very close, very tit for tat. I think Gregory Rodriguez is not going to be looking to overextend on his combinations. He's going to be doing everything in his power to not get caught. Jack Hermanson has a pretty good chin. He's been dropped a couple times. He has a pretty good chin for the most part. I don't think Gregory Rodriguez is going to have those bombs that's going to put him away. Maybe Jack Hermanson starts looking for takedowns. I'm going to be looking for the Jack Hermanson takedown line. If that's at 0.5, I'm going to hit the over. But yeah, give me Jack Hermanson to win this fight by decision. Maybe it'll be a controversial decision. People will be mad as hell because they parlayed up RoboCop for some reason. They're talking about a robbery when it's like a pretty close fight, but not really a robbery. So yeah, give me Jack Hermanson, 29-28 split decision. Now we have another fight that should not disappoint. Peyton Talbot taking on Felipe Lima. I've been familiar with Felipe Lima for a little bit. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Octagon promotion. We're going to be having a video coming out for that card hopefully later this week. Right now I'm actually working with no Wi-Fi, so this is that brutal. I have to go into work early to upload the videos on their Wi-Fi because that's just the state we're in right now. Yeah, a tree fell on the internet line outside and tore it out. But regardless, I'm going to stop talking about that. Peyton Talbot, Felipe Lima. Felipe Lima, former champ over there in Octagon. Peyton Talbot, the former superstar? Or is he still a superstar? I don't know, man. I think this fight right here, a lot of people have their minds made up. Felipe Lima is going to come in, take down Peyton Talbot, and sub him. Is that possible? Certainly is. Could that happen? Absolutely. Peyton Talbot, when we're watching this guy's regional fights, he has always had bad takedown defense. He was way ahead of these guys on the feet, so it didn't matter because he just found a way to get back up over these low-level opponents and he'd knock them out on the feet. It didn't matter in the Cortez fight on Contender Series. His takedown defense looked improved. It looked like he was really making progress. Comes into the UFC. He has a couple flawless performances, but Nick Aguirre is rustling him up a little bit. It's okay, though. He gets the sub. But, man, Ronnie Barcelos took him down over and over and over. That's a bad look, man. If Ronnie Barcelos is taking you down, that means you're bad, dude. It means you're garbage if you're getting taken down by the 5-time Brazilian national wrestling champion, dude. God forbid a technical striker gets taken down by the 5-time Brazilian national wrestling champion. I mean, this dude's dad is a coral belt in jiu-jitsu. If you don't know what that is, look up how many coral belts there are in the world. I'll give you a hint, there's not a lot. Guys, when Ronnie Barcelos came out the womb, he literally hit a double leg on the doctor. Before they could even pull the umbilical cord, this dude hit a double leg on the doctor the second they pulled him out the womb. The nurse came back trying to get him. Oh, what's that? He snatched up a single. He's already taken down 2 people and the umbilical cord's still connected. Ronnie Barcelos has been wrestling since the day he popped out, man. It's not a fucking shame to be taken down by Ronnie Barcelos. We go from minus 1150 over a UFC veteran with multiple fights, multiple UFC wins. We go to a 2-1 underdog against Felipe Lima. This is his first fight in the UFC at 135 pounds. Look at this dude fighting regionally at 135. He looks like a skeleton. I think 145 is this guy's natural weight class. He's a little bit short for the division, absolutely. Peyton Talbot's going to tower over this dude. Felipe Lima, look on the right side. He looks like built. He looks jacked. This guy's going to look like a skeleton on the scales. He's going to deplete himself way more than he has been. He bulked up. He fought 2 fights at 145. The debut was understandable. He came in a little pudgy, whatever. He was losing the fight, found the sub. He doesn't give up on himself. I'll give him that. I think Peyton Talbot's going to stuff his takedowns. People are going to act like that's the craziest thing in the world to say. Felipe Lima is not this lights-out rustler. He's got great BJJ. His takedown entries aren't all that, man. He's good. Felipe Lima's absolutely good. I think this guy has a very bright future in the division. I think this guy's going to be ranked. I think Peyton Talbot's going to be ranked. I'm sick and tired of pretending like Peyton Talbot's dog shit because Ronnie Barcelos, the 5-time national fucking champion, took him down. I'm sick and tired of pretending like that's a big deal. Ronnie Barcelos takes everyone down. This dude averages like 4 takedowns a fight. Ronnie Barcelos would ragdoll Felipe Lima on the ground. He does this, man. He fucking does. Oh my God, I'm getting so mad right now. I'm getting so worked up talking about this. I think Peyton Talbot's going to put this dude's lights out. This fight right here was not established because Peyton Talbot, the UFC's done with Peyton Talbot, bro. They're feeding him to a killer. No, dude, people don't want to fight this guy. Peyton Talbot is phenomenal. Peyton Talbot is so good, dude. I sound like an absolute glazer right now. It's not even like that, man. Felipe Lima is equally as good. This fight should be a pick'em. I don't understand why there's a 2-1 favorite here. I think Peyton Talbot's going to put this dude's lights out. I think the grappling's going to work for like a round. Peyton Talbot's going to figure it out. He's going to stay composed like he always does. Every single time this guy fights, you notice he doesn't smile. He doesn't frown. He doesn't have any emotion. This dude is just emotionless and calm the entire fight. Now, there's only so far that can take you before you actually have to start relying on your skills, but I think Peyton Talbot has those skills, man. I think he's going to catch Lima with like a high kick. Peyton Talbot doesn't have to lift his legs very far to find that high kick. Could even be like a spinning kick type thing. I just think Peyton Talbot has a lot of ways to win this fight. I understand fully Felipe Lima could come in. If he wants to hold Peyton Talbot on the cage and try to rustle him up, that's a path to victory, and I wouldn't even be surprised. Because I'm not pretending that Peyton Talbot has insane takedown defense. We know this guy doesn't. The original scene, the biggest reason that people were picking Reyes Cortez Jr. on the Contender Series, Tracy Cortez's little bro, people were picking that guy to beat Peyton Talbot because of their takedown defense. It's been a problem his whole career. Surely he had to have addressed it after it cost him in his last fight. His first professional loss, he's coming off. And I think he's in a good spot here to take out Felipe Lima. I'm on the dog. I'm on Peyton Talbot by knockout. I think this fight doesn't go the distance. I think it's Peyton Talbot knockout or Lima sub maybe. I could see a Lima decision though. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger on the fight doesn't go distance, but if I like the price on the Talbot knockout prop, I'm definitely going to be playing that. I think it's a good look. It's the ultimate buy low spot. I'm telling you guys right now, this is the last time we are ever going to get plus money on Peyton Talbot for like the next 5 years. Don't miss the opportunity. Buy in. I think that Felipe Lima, again, like I'm saying, this guy has promise. I think he has to get readjusted to the 135 weight class. He is going to be, not that he was like this monstrous, like strong, buff guy at 145, but he was definitely a lot stronger. I think Talbot's going to be stronger. When he's pummeling the underhooks, he's just going to be able to move Lima as he wishes. So yeah, give me Peyton Talbot by knockout. I think this is the ultimate buy low spot in the history of MMA. I think you could even call the Deniz fight a buy low spot just because he's coming off a loss to a wrestler and now he's facing a wrestler regardless of how shitty he may be. You could just parlay up Talbot and Deniz. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. If you're playing a dog, don't parlay the dog. It is what it is, man. Give me Peyton Talbot on the money line, but knockout is the official call. I'm going like round... You know what, dude? Give me round 3. Round 3 knockout. I know Felipe Lima comes in strong in the third round. I think Peyton Talbot has good cardio, good composure. He's going to be more composed in that third round. He's going to land a beautiful shot on Felipe Lima here. Then we have Brandon Royval taking on Josh Van in another fight that a lot of people are calling fight of the night. This one should be a banger. These two are literally the highest output fighters in the division. Brandon Royval is the only person that is throwing more volume than Josh Van, throwing like 22 or 23 like strikes per minute from distance. Josh Van's sitting at like the 18, 19 mark, and it's just volume on volume on volume. Josh Van's been getting hit a little bit less. This dude's also been fighting the worst competition by a mile, not even remotely close. I mean, Josh Van taking this fight on 2 weeks' notice after going, dare I say, to war with Bruno Silva. It's not like that was a flawless performance from Josh Van. He got taken down, he got hit, he caught a couple overhands to the chin. His chin looked a little bit better. But all I'm saying is I think Royval's got this one down. I think Royval is a great pick here, especially at the odds. They got Brandon Royval as the underdog to a dude taking the fight on 2 weeks' notice whose best career win is Bruno Silva? You want to call Zhalgas Zhumagulov his best win? Maybe. That guy's 1-6 in the UFC with like 3 robbery losses on his record, but regardless. I think Brandon Royval has all the tools to win this fight. You guys want to talk about the Josh Van versus Charles Johnson fight? Oh yeah, run the tape back. Who said Charles Johnson round 3 knockout? Oh yeah, that's right, I did. Run that tape back real quick, why don't you? But Brandon Royval, I think he's got the pop, he's got the sting. Brandon Royval used to be this chinny guy. He hasn't been getting chin, dude. He's been going to war. Brandon Royval thrives in the chaos. This guy lives in the chaos. He was born and raised in the chaos. Josh Van likes to stay safe. He likes to stay back. He comes into his range. He's going to hit you with the jab. He's got his guard up. He's going to keep hitting you with the jab, the jab, the jab. Then it's the 1-2. Then it's the 1-2 low kick. He mixes it up super well. He's going to throw a body hook. Then he's coming up top. Josh Van is a phenomenal, phenomenal fighter, and I have high hopes for him. I'm a huge Josh Van fan. But I just think Brandon Royval is a massive step up. I think you need a full camp to prepare for a guy like Royval. I think you do, man. Even Cody Durden was landing uppercuts on Josh Van. Brandon Royval has a lankier uppercut. This guy can hit the uppercut when Josh Van can't counter with the straight before. Josh Van is absolutely quick. He might be a little bit quicker. I think Royval is just as quick. I think Royval hits harder. I think Royval, dare I say, has the better chin. Brandon Royval has the grappling upside. He has the cardio advantage. We haven't seen Josh Van struggle at all with his insane output. Brandon Royval does this for 5 rounds. When's the last time we saw Brandon Royval in a 3-round fight? We're talking about when he flying kneed Mateus Nicolau? Brutally put him out to get his title shot? Brutally? Like, Brandon Royval just has so many tools. I think everything up the middle is Josh Van's kryptonite. Whether it's the uppercut, whether it's the front kick, whether it's like a step-in knee, a flying knee. I think Josh Van is going to get killed by a flying knee one day. I think Brandon Royval has the goods to do that. And when Josh Van gets hurt, like in the Edgar Chairez fight, we saw he got hurt. This guy's always being wobbled when he gets hit with these like unorthodox strikes, like a spinning elbow, like a flying type of strike. That's like all Brandon Royval knows. This dude's not a technical boxer. Strike for strike, Josh Van is probably the better, more technical striker. It doesn't mean he's going to win the fight, though. Brandon Royval, like I said, he thrives in the chaos. If Josh Van gets close to this guy, he's going to grab him up, grab that clinch, throw a knee, throw an elbow. He's just going to try and get into the firefight. Brandon Royval doesn't offensively wrestle, but he loves to grapple. When this dude's grappling, it's just like his striking. Caution to the wind. He's jumping submission attempts. He almost submitted Tatsuro Taira in that 5th round. Let's not forget that. Brandon Royval's scramble skills are unmatched. This guy has a nasty guillotine. There's a little preface right there. When Josh Van gets hurt, when he's shooting takedowns on Edgar Chairez, he's attempting takedowns on Charles Johnson. When these guys that are a little bit lankier have the reach advantage when they sting him from the outside, when he gets rocked, he's shooting takedowns. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is you shoot a takedown on Brandon Royval, unless your name is Alessandro Pantoja, you're catching a flying knee. Or if you don't catch the flying knee, Brandon Royval's going to guillotine the shit out of you. I'm going for the ultimate bold prediction. I haven't seen anyone else calling this. I've actually been looking around on this fight because I'm very curious. This is a very fun fight to try to predict for me. Give me Brandon Royval inside the distance. I think Brandon Royval is going to find a way to put Josh Van out. Whether it's by guillotine choke after rocking him and then Josh Van shoots in for a takedown on the cage, Royval jumps the guillotine. Maybe a little Kai Kara France-esque type performance. They start going to war and then he just wraps it up, catches it in the scramble. Whether Brandon Royval, maybe he dives in, Josh Van sprawls the takedown, but he's under the arm, he's out onto the back, he's jumping over the top. Like this guy isn't like a technical grappler. This guy's submission over position every day of the week. If he has even the slightest opportunity for Josh Van's back, he's just going to jump. He's going to jump and like bear hug Josh Van to try and get that back. And dude, we haven't seen Josh Van really defending submissions. Nobody's been able to hold him. Ray Saruya couldn't do it. But here's the thing, though. People are going to be like, oh, Brandon Royval could never take down Josh Van. His takedown defense is so good. I like to call this Ray Saruya syndrome. When Ray Saruya is shooting takedowns, that's all he's doing. There's no mixing it up. He can't come upstairs to hurt you, to get you worried about the hands. Ray Saruya might as well be fighting without hands. He's doing the UFC 5 career mode, except he's not allowed to punch. Like, this guy literally cannot strike. He doesn't even try. He knows he can't strike. He just exclusively shoots takedowns. It didn't work against Josh Van because when you don't have to worry about up top, you can just stand in the middle of the cage and sprawl every takedown. Exactly what happened. Cody Durden took down Josh Van on the cage a couple times. Josh Van does a good job circling out. If Brandon Royval pushes him to the cage, he's going to be working the elbows, working the knees. Josh Van might dive in for a low takedown. Going to be trying to pummel the underhooks, but guess what? He's not tall enough to spin Royval. If Royval gets this dude on the cage, he's just going to be lighting him up with knees and elbows. I think Brandon Royval has a lot more ways to win this fight. Give me Brandon Royval inside the distance. I can't pick between the knockout or the sub. I think the sub might be a little bit more likely just given that he's going to stun Josh Van. I don't think he's going to kill him in one shot, and Josh Van might shoot that takedown, get real sloppy like he did in the Chairez fight. And give me Brandon Royval inside the distance. I cannot wait to cash this ticket. Beneil Dariush, Renato Moicano. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Why is Moicano the favorite? The first time these guys fought, the argument for Moicano was momentum. He can't afford to lose. He's got all the momentum. He's on a multiple fight win streak. Beneil Dariush is on a multiple fight losing streak. Moicano needs the money, dude. Moicano cannot afford to lose. Moicano just got paid a bag to lose to Islam. He got paid a bag to pad Islam's record. Moicano doesn't need the money. Moicano just bought his own gym He's starting up his own gym. If you listen to any person in the space ever, they will tell you that opening your own gym while you're still an active fighter is a horrible mistake. You can't focus on both. You are not going to be training properly if you're worried about managing your own gym. And I mean, what is Moicano going to... Is he going to take down Beneil Dariush? Let me give you a hint, no. If he does get Beneil Dariush down, is he going to control him? Let me give you another hint, no. I think this is a striking match. It's going to look like Petrosky versus Vieira, where they're both just pretty mid-strikers, and they're just going to do a little slow-paced fight, where Moicano maybe is trying to shoot, but... Or maybe I think it was Vieira that was trying to shoot in the Petrosky fight. It's going to be like Moicano trying to shoot the same way Vieira did, but he's not going to be able to get it. Beneil Dariush is just going to roll out if he gets taken down at all. If this guy's knee hits the mat or if his butt hits the mat, he's rolling, he's swimming, he's diving the arms, he's throwing you around. He's just going to out-scramble you every single time. I don't care how old this guy is. They're the same age. Beneil Dariush could be 50 and he's still going to out-scramble people. It's just how it goes. This guy's full concussed, like basically unconscious against Charles Oliveira, and he still hits a Granby roll to go back to guard. Like, that's the kind of IQ on the ground this guy has. You're not out-grappling Beneil Dariush. He is the better grappler, and it's not close. Dare I say Beneil Dariush is the better striker? The only concern for Dariush is the fact that it's like the confidence issues. You hear this guy talking, he's like, the Arman and Charles fights kind of diminished his confidence about being a champion. That's not good to hear. If I didn't hear that, I'd probably be slamming the Dariush. I don't know where Moicano's better. He doesn't have the momentum. He doesn't need the money. He probably hasn't been training as much, given he opened his new gym. I don't think he has the power of Dariush. Dariush has been known to put people down. Maybe he has the better chin. I think that's the only place you can give Moicano the edge. It's the chin. Moicano's always getting pieced up against Drew Dober, literally getting pieced up, and then Drew Dober just grabs him for no reason, tries a lat drop. He fails the lat drop, takes himself down, and gets stuck in bottom for the rest of the fight. The Jalen Turner fight drops Moicano bad, literally just chooses not to finish because the Bobby Green fight was the fight right before that, and he didn't want to do that to another person. Massive adrenaline dump, whatever. Jalen Turner ends up quitting in that fight. And then Moicano against BSD, Moicano hits a phenomenal takedown, a beautiful takedown. He hits the Dagestani leg ride, gets that high body triangle on top mount, and he's raining down elbows, swells Benoit's eye all the way shut. And then round 2 comes along, and he loses round 2 on the feet to a one-eyed Benoit Saint-Denis. He loses round 2 to the one-eyed fighter. I don't think Moicano's good. I don't think he's good. Give me Dariush by decision here. I think Dariush is the right side. I don't know why Moicano's the favorite. I'm going Dariush all day. Yeah, Dariush by points. Alessandro Pantoja taking on Kai Kara-France. This fight right here is very, very, very intriguing to me because Kai Kara-France has a very, very clear, very real path to victory. If Kai Kara-France can stuff the takedowns for 3 out of the 5 rounds and he can just land that overhand, which is the only strike this guy seems to know. If he can land that overhand over and over, he's not going to knock out Pantoja. Let's not kid ourselves. That's out of the equation. You're not knocking out Pantoja. If you can just keep windmilling that overhand and stuffing the takedowns, running around the cage like an absolute track star, Yusuf Zalal maxing, he can win this fight. Amir Albazi had this dude running for his life. Kai Kara-France was like back to the cage, circle, 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 come in with the overhand, circle, 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 defend a takedown, get controlled in the cage, circle, circle, circle. Like the whole fight, this guy's running. He's running, defending takedowns. This guy is petrified of being taken down. And you want to know why? It's because he sucks on the ground. Kai Kara-France is like, we see Jose Aldo with this insane takedown defense, then Zahabi gets on top of him in guard, and he's like almost TKOing Aldo from guard, like when he's not even rocked. These guys have elite takedown defense because their ground game sucks. I know Aldo's like 50 years old. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying Kai Kara-France is Aldo, but Amir Albazi went 1 for 9 on takedowns. The one takedown he got controlled Kai Kara-France for like 3.5 minutes, had in a deep rear naked choke attempt. Askar Askarov, again, got most of his takedowns stuffed. Kai Kara-France did a phenomenal job in that fight stuffing the takedowns. Askar Askarov went 2 for 14. Kai Kara-France stuffed 12 takedowns from him. But guess what? When Askar Askarov got him down in that first round, 3 minutes of control time. And guess what he did? Had a deep rear naked choke in. Oh, whatever, man. You can't even think about that one. Let's go to the Rogerio Bontorin fight. Rogerio Bontorin 1-for-1 on takedowns. Kai Kara-France beat him. He knocked him out in the first round. Okay? I'm not denying that. That's what happened. It is what it is. Not after Rogerio Bontorin took him down, controlled him for 3 minutes, and had in a deep rear naked choke attempt, though, huh? That's weird. I'm seeing a trend. Kai Kara-France sucks on the mat. He gives his back every single time. Pantoja's not a guy you can afford to have on your back. Pantoja will eat every single punch that you throw at him. Every single one of them. This dude is not a pussy. He's not going to quit. He's not going to back up. Pantoja doesn't know how to go backward. This guy only goes forward. He's a card that doesn't have a reverse option. He's stuck in forward. He's going to keep on marching you down. Kai Kara-France is going to be running. Pantoja is going to be shooting takedowns. He's going to be failing takedowns. It doesn't matter. Pantoja's takedown accuracy isn't great. It's like less than 50. I think it's a 45, 46% takedown accuracy. He shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots. Kai Asakura, he stuffed four takedowns. That's pretty impressive for a guy who can't grapple. Oh, what's that? Pantoja shooting again? Oh yeah, then he's going to get the rear naked. Against Urseg, Pantoja shot 20 takedowns. Against Brandon Royval, Pantoja shot 14 takedowns. Against Moreno, Pantoja shot 11 takedowns. Against Perez, he only needed the one, hopped up on his back, got him down, whatever. In the first Brandon Royval fight, he shot 6 takedowns, and the fight ended via rear naked choke. Against Manel Kopp, Pantoja wasn't even shooting. I don't know what was going on there. But, it's just, you can keep on going through every single fight. And then Askar Askarov, Pantoja also stuffed all of his takedowns, but he didn't have enough output on the feet to beat him. He also stuffed 13 takedowns from Askar Askarov, but he got out-grappled, out-wrestled, controlled for 5 minutes, and he lost the fight. But, you can just go through every single fight. Even against Figueiredo, Pantoja shooting 10 takedowns. Against a prime Figueiredo, this guy's shooting 10 takedowns. He doesn't care. He only got 2 of those takedowns, but he's still shooting every single time. Every chance. He's not going to stand on the feet. He's like Merab. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't worry about getting tired. He's going to keep coming forward. He's going to keep shooting takedowns. He will take down Kai Kara-France. I don't care how good Kai Kara-France's takedown defense is. Pantoja will take him down. He will take the back of Kai Kara-France if he gets him down. And I know for a fact Pantoja does not play around with a rear naked choke. This guy is a seasoned rear naked choke enjoyer. Give me Pantoja round 3 rear naked choke. He's going to control Kai Kara-France on the ground, fight the hands. Eventually, it's going to get sunk in, and Kai Kara-France isn't going to tap. He's going to go to sleep, and he's going to be laying dead on the Dave's Hot Chicken logo. Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira. Man, I don't even want to talk about this fight. Ilia is going to put this dude on a poster. Oliveira is going to be sniffing the canvas. He's going to be down there with Terrence McKinney. He's going to be down there with whatever the Hines dude's first name is. He's going to be down there with Nico Price. I think we're getting 4 stiff knockouts this fight card. Sadly, Charles Oliveira is going to be one of them. The way Charles Oliveira wins this fight is by fighting from range, by throwing the kicks. He wants to bait Ilia Topuria into taking him down. He wants to control him in the guard. If you put Topuria in the guard, that's a different game. When you have to pass the guard, it's a different game. It's kind of like when Gilbert Burns was fighting Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat was taking him down. Now, obviously, Topuria would probably be a little bit slow to shoot on Charles here. He's the biggest advantage in the world on the feet. And the grappling's competitive. Like Khamzat was shooting on Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, he just kind of accepted the takedowns and locked him up in guard. Khamzat doesn't like to be in guard. Khamzat likes to be in side control. He wants to have that Dagestani handcuff. He wants to beat you up on the cage. If Charles Oliveira puts Ilia Topuria in guard, we all know what Charles' guard is like. He's going to be throwing up triangles. He's going to be threatening the arm bar. He's going to be doing everything right. Now, I don't think he's going to submit Ilia if that were to happen, but that's his path to victory. You want to make the fight go a little bit. Charles Oliveira is not going to do that. He's going to come in with his chin up in the sky. He's going to run forward, throw his little flying, crane kick, whatever you want to call it. His little jumping switch body kick. He's going to throw it to the face. He's going to keep his hands are going to be up here the whole fight. And then Ilia Topuria is going to crack him left, right, up, down, center, left, right again, up, down, center again. Ilia Topuria is going to treat this dude like a body bag, and he's going to put him out cold. Charles, his style is a demise to himself in this fight. even if Charles Oliveira had a good chin, which he doesn't, he gets dropped all the time. Even if he had a good chin, the way he's always walking forward into a power puncher like Topuria, it's not going to go well. Topuria has precision accuracy with some power that we have never seen before. This guy's boxing combinations are fast. He's got lightning speed, dynamite hands. His boxing is overpowered. He needs a nerf. Like, Topuria is really damn good, and he's going to put Charles unconscious. Charles Oliveira is not competitive in the striking. He may have a slight advantage in the grappling. Is this fight even going to get to the grappling? I think maybe. Maybe when Topuria drops him, if he doesn't stiff him, he's just going to grab the legs like Islam did, pass easily, grab the rear naked choke, and Charles is going to tap 30 times. Maybe. I think Charles Oliveira should work in the clinch. He should throw the body knees. He's going to be way bigger with the longer reach. I think Charles definitely can light him up with knees up the middle. Even from range, if Ilia Topuria is trying to hawk him down, he's doing that little where he slips his head like this and he's coming up the center line, just start throwing knees and elbows. Get this dude to back the fuck up. Just get away from me. Charles Oliveira should be trying to keep Ilia Topuria as far away from him as humanly possible. If he can do that, he has a chance. I don't think he's going to do that. Charles Oliveira doesn't have a good game plan. Charles comes in and just does what he does. He does what he feels like. Whatever the vibe is, Charles is just going to come in there and do it. And I think, unfortunately, he's going to knock him out in the second round. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a bad one, boys. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be a bad one. But that's the card. If you guys enjoyed the picks, let me know. If you're going to pretend like you're betting money on Charles Oliveira, let me know in the comments below. Tell me, oh, dude, Charles is not losing, bro. Tell me Moicano can't afford to lose when this dude just got paid $1 million to pad Islam's record. Tell me how bad my picks are. Some dude in the locks video commented trash picks. The locks went 4 for 5 and the underdog should have went 3 for 3. We had Kuniev as one of the dogs. Kuniev clearly won the fight. That was the blatant robbery. I don't know why they're giving Blades the win there, but regardless, 2 for 3 on underdogs, one of them being plus 400 in Sung Young Ko. I picked him. I bet on him. I picked him by decision if you watch the official video. Told you guys in the video to bet on his spread at bare minimum if you're not going to touch the money line. His spread was plus 200. You're welcome. Call it trash picks. The DFS slips, I think 2 of the slips hit, so that's plus 3 units. What picks are trash, dude? Off my day. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love the comments. I love the interactions. If you want to tell me my picks are garbage, that is what it is. You're free to do that. But yeah, catch you guys in the Discord, man. Top link in the description. Again, totally free. All the bets are free. We're going to be having regional MMA bets going out later this week, probably tomorrow. Or I don't know when you guys are going to be seeing this. I'm recording this at like 2 in the morning on Wednesday. Either you're going to see this late Wednesday or early Thursday probably. So yeah, we're going to be having PFL videos, Octagon videos. Hopefully everything goes to plan. The Wi-Fi comes back on and we're all good. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace out.